This is Chris with Chris Patako Ministries and the Singles Network, and it is live at 5. And I have two really good friends of mine here. A special live broadcast from I would say close to Galveston. It's actually, what's the name of this
7 miles away.
7 miles away from Galveston,
Bayou
Texas.
Vista, Texas.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful place. And of course, I hope you're laughing. Because these are two crazy friends, especially this one right here. And so I'm going to let them introduce themselves and what we've been doing this weekend.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Witherspoon. Everybody calls me Spoony. And this weekend, our Life Bible Study class, Connected in Christ, which is an online live Bible class through Houston's First Baptist Church, has been doing we did a one-day singles retreat yesterday with Chris being our speaker. And our theme was deep waters. So meet
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
And he's been hanging out in our deep waters with us.
And I'm Kelly.
Yes, and so Kelly and Spoony together, gosh, I don't know, Kelly, how long have we known each other?
March of 2016 is when we all met.
Wow, it seems longer to me. I don't know why, but that's only 9 years, but it seast like, well, it must be 10 in March, right? And so I have ministered at First Baptist, or you call it Houston's First Baptist, for at least, obviously those years, if not even earlier than that. Pastor Don Mutton was the singles pastor and still is technically, I guess, over singles.
He's the head over
He wears different hats, but I met Don Mutton through the Metro Singles ministry at the time. It was basically designed for pastors who lead singles around the country, and so I got to meet Don through that, and Pastor Jay George, and some of you guys know who he is, and Randy Davis, and so and I've been coming ever since, and I've done all kinds of things with him, from retreats, and we had a good memory, a good reunion yesterday because some of the people had been at the other retreats, as well as leadership training, women's ministry, Sunday school training, single parent ministry. So it is one of the few churches in America that actually has a singles ministry and actually has staff. Chris Heitman is the director over singles. What age does he start?
So they start with Sojourn. So the church has another singles ministry called Summit, and that's for the younger singles. And then Sojourn starts at 30 until somewhere in the early 40s, and then Impact starts at somewhere in the early 40s to 50s ish. And then our class is actually in the Impact umbrella, but most of our members are well over the 50-ish mark and have moved into the late 50s, 60s, 70s, and even a few in the 80s. And so, but we're not Adult 2.
Right.
Adult 2 does everything at noon during the weekday, which is great for people who are retired, but we have a lot of people that are older, single, and not retired.
Yep. So let's we're gonna come back to that, because I want to hear from both of you about your class and your experience, and also Connected in Christ, the other ministry that I've also had an opportunity to be a part of. But tell us about yesterday. So Kelly, tell me what you. I mean, we're here. Look where we are. We're on the water. We really suffered for Jesus yesterday on the water, and we got to take the boat out behind you. And I got to do some fishing, which I love to fish.
She caught. She didn't just fish. She
caught.
Yes,
I caught some fish too.
3.
So 3. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But Kelly, tell us what really stood out, or maybe what was yesterday about in general.
So the theme for our retreat was deep waters, and it was about going deeper with God. And we had really good sessions talking about needs versus wants.
Yes.
And what's your greatest need, and is it really a need? And so there were really good discussion, really good word, and then we had a nice, delicious lunch, and then a nice, relaxing afternoon, going on the boat, playing some games. Some of us were coloring.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the
outdoors. And this crazy thing called a goose chase.
Oh, yes.
I had never heard of, but I'm going to be using it at some point in time in the future.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
With different teams and missions that you get to do. And then it was just really meaningful.
Yeah. And then we talked about temptation too. which is always hard because, everyone was tempted. Even Jesus has been tempted, but it's our actions and how we follow through. And often we struggle with those areas because our relationship with the Lord isn't deep enough and to draw closer. So what did you get out of it yesterday?
So yesterday I really have been working on my deeper walk with Christ and just really thinking about my discipleship and my practices. And so that's something I've been working on. And it was just really sweet that all the things you were talking about just fit into my story right now. And it just was really touching my heart and my going into my brain of how important this is that I get this right. I had it right at one point in time, and I just sort of got busy. Yeah. And I just backed off a little bit. I was still cooking with gas.
Yeah.
But I wasn't cooking with gas 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And so I just needed to get locked back in and reconnect. And just really, my quiet time wasn't very quiet.
Yeah.
It was getting very loud, and it was kind of rushed.
Yes.
And so yesterday was a great day for slowing down. We had a schedule, but we were off of it, and it was okay because we're on island time when we're here.
Yes, of course.
And we're not quite on the island, but we go to island time when we get here, and it's just being down at the water and having the breeze and the birds and the wind chimes and all the things that tell you you're not in this city anymore. You're in a different location, and it was really nice. The group that we had was so settled.
There's some good talkers and good responses and people willing to engage and share a little bit about their life and some of their struggles. One lady in particular, her name was Christina, she'd actually heard me at 2 different retreats, and she came to the first one, and the second one she really didn't want to come to the first one. She said to me, she goes, I didn't want to come and watch a movie. She goes, I didn't want to have to talk about myself. I didn't want to have to talk in a group. I just wasn't there, but I came anyway. And then she says, and then I just realized, she goes, I just fell apart. And she said it was life-changing for her. And so the next year she came and did a testimony about the first year, which was great. And then she came this time as well, and she definitely had some great input. And I think that was a big thing for me yesterday. An intimate setting. We were in the living room of Spoony's parents' house. This is where we're at. And I always tease people and say, well, I'm the living room evangelist or the backyard evangelist, because that's kind of where things are. But it's such a level of intimacy that you don't have in the church building. What do you say, Kelly? Like, do you feel like there was just a closeness that we all had?
There was a lot more conversation and an opportunity for extended conversation that you wouldn't have in a classroom when you have a certain time that you have to be out of the building.
Yeah.
And there were people that appreciated that it was a day long and not overnight or not the whole weekend.
Right. I mean, everybody stayed. We had a couple gentlemen later in the evening last night, but we almost couldn't get rid of people. So, and so it was wonderful. And, and it's something you're praying about or thinking about. If you're watching this, no matter where you're watching it from, we'd love for you to put in the chat where you are watching it from. And you're like, I would love to do a retreat for singles, but I can't do a weekend, but I could do a day. And maybe you have someone has a place that you could use. Here's the key. They got to get far enough away to where you feel like you've left. But not so far to where, they have to, get up at the crack of dawn. And so we started at 10 yesterday, and then people just left when they needed to leave. But
everybody lived within an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. So it's not a huge drive, and it's a pretty simple drive, except for the exit is under construction, so we won't go there. A couple of people got to see the island.
Yes, including me. But it was just it's just a way for singles to come together, because that is still the biggest challenges in our country is just lack of singles ministry, a lack of churches that have pastors, or there's ministry in our through Meetup and Facebook and that type of thing. But even when you have those, you often don't have structure. It's 2 ladies running everything and trying to do everything themselves. And so we just I'm very thankful for Houston First, who does care about singles. But these ladies have they've kind of like, you're still under the umbrella, but you do some additional things.
So one of the things, our class was born through COVID. And so when everybody went online, we were in a class called Basics, Brothers and Sisters in Christ Serving and Sharing. And we love basics so much, and we had a real family there, and we were kind of messy. We were in each other's business, and we were meddling, but it was a class that had gotten that comfortable with each other, and we had a lot of members at the time. I know Linda Baker just told me she was looking through old rosters, and we had 30 and 40 people showing up on any given Sunday night. It was a big class. And COVID happened, and we went online like everybody else.
Yep.
And it turned out that through COVID, we had people join our class, basics, who weren't able to come to church. They were medically fragile, or they had a job that they just couldn't get to the building, but they desired this deeper connection, these what we call life Bible study groups, where you take a big church and make it small. And so we had these people, and they joined us. Well, when Basics decided they really didn't want to do hybrid and they didn't want to do online, and they told us, you can stay but come back face to face or have a nice time.
You can make your own class.
And so we had the opportunity to make a class, and we decided that it would be Connected in Christ, and our logo is actually a phone line going to the sky.
From the cross.
From the cross to the sky. And our whole idea is that even though we're online, we're still connecting. Yeah. And people still have a really negative experience from COVID, and they've got wounds from being online because it wasn't done well. Well, we did it well. We forgot that we were in these little Brady boxes. And we just, a lot of us even just turned our cameras off a lot of the time, and we just sat like we were sitting in the same room together, and we just connected. Our class is so messy. We are so into each other's business. Like, people at the end of our class are teaching. We always pray out so people know it's over. And then we just talk. And we don't have to rush home because we're already home.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about getting everything ready because we've already got everything ready. Or we can turn our camera off and we can be getting ready for the work week and still be talking. Sometimes we go hours after our class because we're just family. We're accountability partners.
Build a community online that also branches out offline.
Yeah.
They do things together as well outside of the group.
Well, so we're a true hybrid class, and where we do things online and we do things offline. One of the things our class is built on serving other singles. So we have a mission heart, and so we like to create events that are not just for our class. Our class has 11 members. We're a very specific group. Sometimes we'll have 13 or 14 if we're having an online event. But when we go face to face, our class expands out to the other classes at the church that are under our same umbrella. Right. We become what's it called when you don't have a demographic age? Multi-generational. Mm-hmm. We become multi-generational. We'll go 18 to, if you made it to 125, we'll take you. So it's just... And so we do those events, and we have so much fun.
So, Kelly, what is the class? What is, why don't you just join a mixed class, a married class or whatever? What is this singles ministry meant to you?
Well, it seems like we're all kind of in the same stage of life, in the same, we get each other. And the fact that we play games online on Wednesday nights, and we watch Christian movies over Zoom on Saturday nights, but we always visit before that, and we visit after that, and really it's a nice check-in with other people to have your beliefs and have your values and care about you.
So, not to get too personal, but the ministry has suffered some loss in the past few years. Different members have passed away. You've suffered some personal loss. So again, how does having a community helped you in that area?
Well, this is my family.
Yeah.
When I went face to face after being on Zoom for so long, I kept missing the people that I was used to seeing. And even though I was in a bigger setting with a lot of other people and happy to see them and hug them, I just kept thinking, but I'm not able to communicate with the people that's my family. And then a year ago, my mom passed away. And one of the events that we had planned for the next day was to go to a Japanese karaoke and you get to program your own songs and sing whatever.
Japanese karaoke. Okay.
So
Oh, it's so much fun.
delicious, and it's fun, and
And it's really inexpensive.
so they sent me a video singing "You've Got a Friend in Me," and I was like, oh, I want to show my mom. Oh wait, I can't show my mom. She just passed away. That's why I'm not there with them. But they were there for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And it's not that, obviously married people also have community and have people there for each other, but, we just, being that we know the value of singles ministry, we've been in singles ministry, these ladies have been in it for quite some time. We've seen the different generations, people come and go. We've seen people come through that are widowed, divorced, single parent. We've seen people who have never been married, want to be married, and everything in between. And we just know the value of singles ministry. And some of you are watching this, and too. You're in a good, healthy singles ministry. You're seeing lives change. And then at the same time, some of you are watching this and going, I want that. I don't have that where I live. And if you're called to lead one, I'd be more than happy to help you. You can go to my website, which is listed, thesinglesnetwork.org, and I've got everything you can imagine to how to start one. But if you're like, I don't really feel called to start one, but is there a way that I could maybe join theirs online? Can they do that,
so
Spoony?
our website is Connected in Christ LBS. LBS stands for Life Bible Study. So connectedinchrist.org.
No, Connected in Christ, LBS.
LBS.org. Thank you.
Those are very important letters.
Say it one more time.
Connected in Christ LBS.org. Thank you. And has our calendar, has our Zoom link. We're at the same Zoom link for all of our activities.
And they can join no matter what part of the world that they're in. Mm-hmm. And you can have community. You can have friends. You can have people to pray for you, support you. In fact, one of the ladies that was in your group showed up and at an event that I was in, Oklahoma City.
Oh, because she found us through your newsletter, Joy.
Yeah. And that was like amazing to see how God connects people together. So,
well, and we watch church online together at 5 on Sunday nights Central Time. And then at 6:30, our Life Bible Study class starts. And then on Wednesdays, we do a game night that starts at 8. But I'm going to be honest, games don't start until about 8:30 or 9 because we have got to talk. And we are just having fellowship. And we have people that come in just for the fellowship for that half hour at the beginning. We have aloneness that the other groups don't understand.
Yeah.
Singles have a lot of time alone, and sometimes that middle of the week and just being able to talk to people while you're getting ready for the next day. And then we play games online. We'll show you how. And then on Saturday nights we watch a Christian based ish movie, something that's good for the family and good for your heart and good for your brain, not a bunch of garbage,
right?
And then we talk about it for like 2 minutes afterwards.
At 7 p.m.
That's at 7 p.m. on Saturdays, Central Time again.
Yeah.
And then after that, we usually have time for our one more game, which sounds crazy, but we love this game called Murder Trivia Party.
Okay.
It doesn't sound very Baptist at all, but it's so much fun. And we have it on strict profanity, strict, none allowed, family friendly, and all the things.
So you know what? If you're not connected, join with these ladies and the rest of the team and build a community. Or maybe you'll join it and go, I want to do something like that. Can I start something like that where I live? Can I start a group like this and do the same thing? Of course you can. And so, well, I just thank you, ladies, for being able to be on my live podcast. And we've got a guest that looks like they're walking up over here. And we just thank you for everybody watching. Until next time, this is again Chris Wataka with Live at 5. And check out the information. The links and everything are below in the video. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
God bless.